Okay, good morning, boys and girls. We have a pretty clean setup again off the bat. This New York Open has been absolutely delivering trade setups off the bat with the VWAP plus the volume profile levels. You can kind of see it right off here, right, without me really explaining much more. But let's go into some depth and also run through the rest of the session today. But here we had the overnight point of control and previous day value area low, right across here. So a little stacked zone. Now, like we normally say, you want to give the developing profile at least half an hour to develop before you start to use that as an additional confluence. So that wasn't a factor in today's setup. So off the open there, you had a B rank setup based on the volume profile alone, right? Two stacked levels, that zone in there you can see on the open, the market pulled up, tested those levels, and that's basically top of the day. Well, it was the top of the day until the deepest low it put in, right, for the session. But that's still a B rank setup. What makes it an A rank setup, if you remember yesterday's video, is this. Boom, VWAP. Okay, so the VWAP, once you put the VWAP on the chart here, the VWAP is now a triple stacked confluence. You have the VWAP plus the two stacked volume profile levels. Now, volume profile should always take precedence. The VWAP is an additional confluence, right? We're not trading just because VWAP's there. We're trading because VWAP lines up with some sort of volume profile context. So coming in right off the New York Open, the market pulled up, tested this area, VWAP plus two levels for three confluences, right? And a three confluence trade is an A rank volume profile setup. So getting short from there, I'd be getting short right from the first tap since it's a very small stacked level. As long as your stop loss is behind the stacked levels, that's good. I wouldn't put it right there at 50 ticks. It's very reckless. I'd be having, I normally go for about 100 tick stop loss on NASDAQ. And when there's stacked levels like this, it gives a little bit of room just to pull back and test. And then as for your target, your logical target, since there's no developing profile that's valid yet because the market had just opened, you can simply target the lower VWAP band there for a 300 tick move. Or if you want to trade volume profile levels, go straight down to that overnight value low for 413 ticks. Now, once again, just like yesterday, if you did have some big balls or you held a runner, that thing actually ended up running all the way down for a max of 1,500 ticks from that exact setup. Guys, don't know what to tell you about the New York Open. The New York Open, I need to start trading the New York Open more because it's 11:30 p.m. my time. I'm normally fast asleep by then. But some of the cleanest setups, you're getting those stacked overnight profile level setups. And now we're layering the VWAP in there as well for extra confirmation, extra confluence, extra confidence in taking those trade setups and just catching some of the cleanest moves. I mean, if you catch that, even just catching from that stack level down to the overnight value low, 412 ticks. I'm normally going in with about 1 to 2 mini contracts in the US session. That's $4,000. Between $2,000 to $4,000 in a matter of minutes, and you can be done with the day. That's really the whole thing. When I came into trading volume profile, even just trading in general, the idea wasn't to give myself another desk job where I'm coming in sitting here for, 8 hours a day, trading the charts, being hooked to the screens. The whole idea behind day trading for a living was, to come in, be able to take a trade within an hour and then be done and walk away and not think about it the rest of the day. Like the whole goal was freedom, freedom from my desk job, from my 9 to 5. And this is what volume profile trading can deliver. You're not waiting all day for a setup. You're not sitting here waiting for everything to align perfectly. Normally, pretty good chance every time you come to sit down within the 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to have some sort of setup. At least a C rank and maybe an A rank. There's going to be some sort of setup in there that you can take and call it a day. And so this is a really good example of using that New York Open, the power behind the New York Open, to use as a kind of momentous play to get your first trade and walk away. That was really good today. If we remove the VWAP for a second, if you look throughout the rest of the day, all right, the market did come up and give some other pretty clean tests. Overnight value low retest was a clean move. Ended up breaking through up to these stacked levels. Up at the stacked levels, it got a little more noisy, right? If we look at the developing profile at that time, the developing profile started to form an even distribution, and value was concentrated across these stacked levels, which becomes a bit more difficult to trade. So in this area, you kind of have to treat it as a range between the levels. A bit more difficult during the later part of the day, but the cleanest setups happening in the earlier morning for today's New York session. Ended up ranging back and forth, across the stack levels, up and down, up and down. And again, if you had VWAP on there, it provided that extra sort of confluence and context for the moves in the afternoon. So overall, a pretty good session, good looking session for New York today. If you haven't already incorporated VWAP, it's something that's a good thing to put alongside volume profile. As you can see, the last couple of days have shown how that can give, extra confluence and extra confidence in taking some trades, turning a B rank to an A rank, a C rank to a B rank, an A rank to an A plus rank, and a really useful tool to have on the chart. So I hope you guys are finding these short, sweet breakdowns helpful every morning. Comment down below if you are. I don't always get around to reading comments because most comments on YouTube are toxic, so I try not to read them too much because I'm a sensitive boy. But I'll try to read your comments today. Let me know how you're finding these breakdowns, what you're finding helpful, what you'd like to see. And if you'd like to come and go a little bit deeper, we're going live for the Asian session inside school in about 50 minutes from posting this video. And if you join the school, we got 336 members at the moment. You join the school, you can come in and get complete access to the complete course, all the educational material. I've also just started to add the VWAP module here for the school members as well, on how to use VWAP and how to properly set it up and how to use it as a confluence alongside volume profile, as well as access to all the other educational content in here and complete community access. So go ahead and I'll see you in there. Either see you live on stream in about an hour inside school, or I'll see you tomorrow on the daily breakdowns.